You are about to see mutilated corpses, burning tank carcasses, and all out mayhem, brought to you by Frontline Fatalities.
Sup, COH fans, and welcome to episode 36 of Frontline Fatalities, brought to you by the Frontline Network, presented by me, FatalSaint, and Tommy! What's up, Tommy?
What's up, Fatal? I'm looking forward to seeing some church going down action.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
those French peasants, they really do rebuild very quickly, don't they?
They got some, like, mad props for rebuilding all these maps over and over again. Like, thousands of times every month they rebuild everything. I don't know
It's
how
like
they
the Jehovah's Witnesses that just raise a barn in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I don't
You
know
just get like
what's going
100
on.
of them and it's just like like a cartoon.
It's like a cartoon. Okay, let's stop. I don't know. That's probably not good for French people. Anyway, we do have a game here on Semois today with Lollypop versus RunToTheSun. They're both in All Stars. So you ready to go, Tommy?
I'm ready.
On pause in 3, 2, 1. On pause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm not gonna say 10.
You know, people always complain about my singing, but now they get to complain about your singing too.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible. Terrible!
You've ingrained it into permanent Fraps files now. You put something on the internet, it never comes back again.
It'll never go away again. I'll be stuck with it for life. Everybody will remind me of this moment where I sang to Lollypop's name. It's gonna be bad. Okay, I'll just say his name is not Lollypop anymore. It is now, for fuck's sake, Don't Shoot. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of playing competitive heroes if you're not allowed to shoot at your opponent. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Throw stones at him or something?
Yeah, you know, just like there's loads of water in Semois. Get some water pistols.
Just drown
just...
them.
Yeah,
That'll work.
exactly. That's not shooting. You're still killing them.
Yeah, but you're not shooting them.
It's super effective, right? But,
it's kind of cruel, but I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't want to drown and I don't want to get shot. But if I had to choose, I'd probably prefer getting shot. Maybe it feels like it's a lot quicker.
Yeah, you'd think so.
But I don't know. I've never been shot.
I don't have
so-
experience with either of these.
Yeah,
Either
me
of these
neither.
outcomes.
I generally don't go out looking for drowning attempts or shootings. So no,
Really?
I don't know. No,
No.
no, really. Even us crazy Swedish people don't do that shit.
Damn.
You know, there's a limit to stuff that you do, even if you're Swedish Viking. But yeah, we had 3 ES from Lollypop, and he had a little nifty trick with the half-built barracks stuff going on. It's kind of usual to see that from some high-end players nowadays. It's
Yeah, it's pretty common now because
Yeah.
if you time it just right, you get the 270-man path, the rifles, and it's all very tasty. And also just 3 engineer start in general, you get the benefit of the extra capping that 4ES gives you, not quite as much, but almost. And then you also get the advantage of getting your rifle out onto the field fairly early. And actually, you have this quite nice timing when you have a rifle and an engineer, if you want, a rifle and an engineer versus a Volk, where it's a surefire win for you. Because the second Volk hasn't quite reached the field yet.
Yeah, and you can have your first rifleman squad combined with your engineer squad, your second engineer squad, or your third engineer squad, very close together already. So you can easily engage one Volt squad with 2 squads of your own, and basically win that engagement hands down.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, nothing special going on Sema in the beginning, as is usual with competitive heroes. Lots of capping going on, and then eventually there's gonna be some small skirmishes. So we'll see if the Volt squads from RunToTheSun are trying to wire off the bridge. But with 3 ES, it's pretty easy to counter that. Just cut the wire with your engineer squads.
Yes, we got wire from around the fuel point there as well, which is always handy because even if it technically only delays your opponent by a couple of seconds, obviously he has to cut the wire within the viewing radius of that fuel point, so you can, in that time that it takes, you can see well ahead and send something over there to deal with him.
Yeah, you can respawn when you see he goes there to harass your fuel point. You know, those few seconds will mean, you know, if he gets the decap or not, sometimes. Two Vogue squads in the heavy green cover up the graveyard, forces off one engineer squad and a rifleman squad from Lolly, which was trying to engage, but you know, he decided against it when he saw it was two Vogue squads. A bit too much for one rifleman squad to tango with.
Yeah, you got to be careful about those early retreats with rifles, really. I mean, you know, a really good Ver player will really punish you for making a quick retreat on your first squad, because normally that only happens with, you know, an MG bike combo, but luckily Ver player isn't exploiting it too much, but he is actually laying some fairly aggressive wire, which is going to cut down an early flanking option from Lolly.
No, that's gonna be good. It's, you know, even though Lolly went 3 ES, so he will have engineers, you know, generally somewhere around all points of the map at times. But, you know, at the same time, it's a bit of a, you know, micro annoyance. Whoa, Pyos go down to like a mega crit from the engineers on the right. Yeah, mad crits. And now I saw a flying engineer corpse just get shot up into the air by something. I'm not exactly sure what just happened, but the engineer kept went flying across my screen there.
Oh, we have a bit of a... These Volks, what are you doing? Oh, very slow retreat there. It's a bit sloppy in the middle from RunToTheSun. He was capping munitions point there, got bum-fucked by 2 rifles and lost a couple of men and quite a bit of health there. It's because he split up both his Volks and he sent his MG all the way up to the top. So each of his third opening units was in a different place.
Yeah, he was very split up.
Which is never what you want to do. I mean, I mean, I know some players like Aljaz. I know he does that. He makes 2 Volks and then splits them up very early. It's a kind of a risk-reward thing. It works particularly well against multiple engineer starts. But in this instance, it's actually quite costly, allowing Lolly to get a triple cap early on him.
Yeah, there was an engagement on the right-hand side which I was watching, and I'm guessing you were watching the middle engagement on the middle of the map there. So, you know, he had 2 engagements going on at the same time. He had to retreat both Volks. So, you know, it requires some micro and, you know, jumping across the minimap to select your Volk squads and retreat them. So, you know, probably it was just a micro mistake from RunToTheSun right there. It was a little bit too much at the same time.
Do we have grenades? Because I'm just thinking he's running forward with 2-man squads.
No, I don't think so. I've been expecting grenades as well or something, because it looked like he was gonna do that on the Vogue squads on the right hand side at the VP before. You know, it just looked like a grenade bait, but no grenades were thrown. So, and I haven't been paying, you know, perfect 100% attention on the left hand side of my screen, but I don't recall seeing any grenade upgrades. And he's gone infantry, he's planting mines now, so, you know, he's spending his munitions somewhere. So, you know, he's not saving it up for some form of a grenade spam tactic.
Well, he's putting down mines in all the right places, and he actually managed to kill one of RunToTheSun's pioneers, which is going to deny him, you know, the ability to have sort of far-reaching minesweepers. And actually, we've got a double sniper build. We've got Volk MG Sniper out from RunToTheSun. Double snipers, you can never really go wrong with them.
They can turn out to be extremely painful in the long run, especially. You know, snipers slowly dealing the damage. You know, it takes a while, but eventually they'll just rack up 30, 40 kills all of a sudden. And, you know, then you realize that there's a lot of manpower I spent reinforcing my rifles.
Yeah, indeed. Lolly opting to go, though, for the early triage, get his units healed up. Which he might regret once he realizes that there's 2 snipers and that it's not health damage that he needs to worry about.
Yeah, it's not going to be the main problem of Lolly's rifles, taking health damage from the 2 Volt squads or, you know, an MG burst here or there. It's going to be the snipers. The 2 snipers are just going to plug away on his rifles all day long until he manages to kill them. So maybe it's going to force Lolly to maybe go WSC just to handle the sniper problem. You never know.
Maybe. I mean, he's had very good map control, so he's got a lot of options open to him. But as is always the case with Senmoi, you can never tech too quickly on this map, because you're pretty much, even with great map control, you're only going to have that single +10, and then, you know, optionally 1 or 2 other +5s. So it's a tough position. We do have skirmish phase unlocked, though, from RunToTheSun, Tier 2 getting built instantly, but it is coming out quite late, and it's not going to be finished until well into the 8-minute mark, so a faster mate could have been potentially nasty, but I guess we have to assume that RunToTheSun was kind of second-guessing Lolly's tech here and knew that he would be relatively safe to go double snipers.
Yeah, actually, RunToTheSun is on top of Lolly right now, because Lolly's decided to go for bars. As he's only seen the 1 sniper, I don't think he's been, you know, double sniped yet. So he's probably
the second sniper
aware of
hasn't
the
fired
second
a
sniper.
single shot yet.
Yeah, so
this
he
could
doesn't
be,
know. So going bars for Lolly now might actually punish him more than help him at this time, because there's, the bars are gonna be good against the Volks and whatnot, but when the snipers just plug away of 2 squad members, which he's doing right now in the center of the map, it's gonna be forced to retreat his rifles before they even have time to do enough damage to the Volks themselves. So the bar upgrade might actually really hurt Lolly now. Wow, 2 riflemen goes down very rapidly when they exit the church. And he can't pursue them because of the walls of the graveyard. And a very nice defensively placed mine as well at the cutoff between the hedge and the house. Takes out another rifleman squad at the flanking attempt. He's forced to do a full retreat with all 3 rifles right now from the center of the map.
And now he can really capitalize, RunToTheSun here. He can move an MG all the way up to the cutoff if he wanted to, park himself there, and with bars having just popped, I mean, that would essentially be a good game almost right there. You stick that there, he's got no way of breaking out with only bars, you've got double snipers, and you just plug away at him. But we do have just a single Gren has been built, and Campcraft Center coming up immediately. So this looks a little bit like reminds me of Aimstrong style, which is to just get a single Gren and then get vet 2 infantry instantly. And it is often worth it, even with only the single Gren, because suddenly your opponent, in a space of just a minute or 2, goes from facing nothing from tier 2, goes to facing vet 2 Grens, and with unvetted bars, it's just never going to get any kills.
Yeah, and Lolly now is building a 4th rifleman squad as well. I guess it's not, technically in the, it's not a bad idea when you have bars upgraded, but at this situation, the bars is not going to help him against the double snipers anyway, so building another rifleman squad is just going to cost him more manpower to reinforce. After these double hands, he's just going to go to work, go to town on all of his rifles.
Well, bars can be pretty good against snipers, because
chase them down.
A rifle can't be stopped by a single or even 2 snipers, realistically. It's just all about taking care of the MG. If he can take care of the MG, he can just run right through RunToTheSun's forces.
Oh, there's grenades as well.
Grenade and bars.
Very heavy infantry investment from Lollypop. Both bars and rifles.
Makes me cringe a little bit.
Bars and grenades, sorry.
Yeah, bars and grenades and triage against double snipers. I mean, it just kind of begs for a stew rush, really, more than anything else.
Did we have a doctrine choice from RunToTheSun yet?
Not
obviously,
yet.
Lolly went infantry as he's been placing mines with his rifles, but I've seen nothing from RunToTheSun yet.
Looks like the all-in strategy from Lolly is kind of paying off, though. He's going to hit a mine. There he goes. Does hit a mine. Only loses 1 man, but does lose a fair amount of health. We have
the triage
moving out now. And we have a second Gren being produced as well, so gonna see actually 2 Grens with vet 1 before any hint of vet 2 coming out. But I would be surprised if we didn't see a quick tech to tier 3. Once you have the double snipers, you've kind of got the anti-infantry covered. You don't really need the vet 2 on those Grens.
But it's good. It's gonna be, I guess it's gonna be good. It's a good counter to the bars from Lollypop getting vet 2 on his infantry. But as you say, with the double snipers, that's enough of a problem for Lollypop already, trying to deal with those snipers. He really needs to deal with the MG, as you said. But that can be tricky, especially if you got 2 Gren squads and Volks 5 focus firing in your flanking squads. You might not even get around to attack the MG in the first place. And Lolly has decided to go for a WSC. Let's see if he's building something yet. He's floating almost 300 manpower, so he's probably gonna wait to build a sniper, so you can get a counter snipe off. A counter snipe will really help Lolly in this place. That will make his bars even more effective, because with only 1 enemy sniper to worry about, it's gonna take him so much longer to reduce the squad size of the riflemen.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice engagement in the center here. We have flamers and 2 and 1 sweeper NG just moving around on the flank. I think he went into the center with the sweepers a little bit just to look for any aggressively placed mines there in center. Nice grenade on the grenadiers. I'm not sure if RunToTheSun is aware. He is not. Takes 2 casualties from the bar and the grenade combined. Forced to back.
Here comes a return grenade. Potato Masher forces a retreat. Both retreat units in the middle there. The Flamer goes as well. Vet 2 Grens do just pop now, and we actually have a rifle in real dire straits here. He has to retreat through a Volk squad here and double snipers. If he gets sniped again, this could be really nasty for him, and he does get sniped again both times. Loses the whole squad.
That's the 4th rifle down. Now he's down to 3 rifles again, making that 4th rifleman a complete waste. Obviously, it's just impossible to plan for something like that to happen. It's, a little bit of dice rolling falling there. A little bit of luck. But the WSC is producing a sniper. He's gonna hit the field soon. So if RunToTheSun is completely unaware of that...
Grenade on the Vet 2 Grens. Only gets 1 kill, but the Volks get annihilated entirely.
He did get annihilated, didn't he?
Yeah, he did in fact get annihilated. I don't know, I just can't help but think that these are grenades that really could be dodged more effectively here by RunToTheSun with just a little bit more attention to micro. Because he's sort of, it's almost like he's just watching them and going, ooh, look, here comes the pineapple. Yep, there go my men. And, you know, I just feel they could be avoided. But that said, he does still have the double snipers. They are still relatively unopposed. We actually do have a WSC, but also a supplier coming up at the same time. So is he actually building anything?
Yeah, WSC was built a while ago, and the first sniper is on the field, and he's opted to only go for that one sniper, I think. As far as I've seen so far, it's only been that one sniper that's been able to build, because he's been forced to reinforce his rifles over and over again. You know, it's cost him a lot of manpower. Those 2 snipers have, let's see, 9 and 16 kills, so that's 25 kills between the 2 of them. You know, times, what's a rifleman, 34?
27.
27, oh.
Yeah.
What's 34?
Expensive.
Engineer. I can't remember.
30. Don't believe so. No, there could be almost a counter snipe opportunity. But
I thought Lolly was just gonna sacrifice his flamer and just keep planting the mine as a bait to get the counter snipe, but he
that
decided
would be way
against
too
it.
obvious, wouldn't it? I mean,
you think
we
so?
gotta cut. We got.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
Lack
got to
of
cut
micro.
RunToTheSun a bit of credit here. Leaving a 1-man squad out there in front of 2 snipers he knows are there would be way too obvious, I think.
Yeah, and he's behind the hedge now, taking pot shots at the rifleman squad, trying to go around the hedge over the little riverbed passing there. But and you know, he's just not falling for it. He's being very, very patient with his snipers now. He feels like this is some form of a trick, and it is. It is a sniper bait from Lolly's side. It is an attempt, but here comes
He's gonna
the
keep
bars.
firing though, and there's the
Counter
sniper
missiles.
misfired. Misfired there. He did actually manage to plug one of the MG crewmen, but doesn't get the kill on it. However, Ally Sniper has now definitively shown his face, even if RunToTheSun was pretty well aware it was there before. Double Sniper's now just getting straight chased down, though. The unit sniped icon is got to be still there for Lolly.
It's gone right now. He had it for quite a long time, so he could see them. He could follow them around. Oh, very nice dodge from the Grenadiers on the grenade there. He did take 1 casualty as the AI took over a little bit. Whoa, he's being a very ballsy with his snipers now. It's counter-snipe opportunity all over the place, but he doesn't get it. Lolly doesn't get it.
And now he's going to... Lolly chasing these snipers almost into the base MG here. The snipers do get revealed, though, and they're getting focus fired down by the bars at the same time.
But the counter sniper is missed, and the Axis sniper actually takes out the allied sniper instead. That could have not gone any worse for Lolly than it did. Yeah, nope. No, that was not even supposed to happen. What just happened, Tommy?
Well, on the plus side, he did kill one of the Axis snipers. On the downside, we've now got Blitz chosen. There's no AT or any hint of AT from Lolly, and we have over 500 manpower in the bank with a Stu going to be arriving any second now.
So Blitzkrieg chosen, and so far Lolly hasn't taken anything else than defensive operations from the infantry doctrine choice from his side, and he does have his WSC up and the supply yard, but he hasn't built his motor pool or his tank depot yet, so a Stu can pose a lot of problems for Lolly.
A Stu in the base right now would be unstoppable. I mean, we've even got a supply yard upgrade, and a second sniper has just been built. So, you know, Lolly investing... Really, I mean, it's fair enough. You know, if you see Vet 3 Grens, it's fair enough you want to spam snipers. It makes a lot of sense as a counter. I mean, the problem is the Stu can just be... It can just be produced for no fuel, so you really have to be aware of that Stu, and you really have to be aware, okay, I've not seen any prop war, no evidence of zeal, no evidence of for the fatherland or a med bunker. You gotta prepare for the Stu earlier rather than later.
Yeah, you should expect that, and as you say, as the Stews are only manpower cost on a call-in unit, you're free to spend all of your fuel on veterans instead, which RunToTheSun has done. He's just spent a bunch of fuel on infantry vets, so his grenadiers and his bolts are just that much better.
Yeah, and he's got 3 of them, so he's got a very competent anti-infantry force, as well as still having the sniper, still having the MG, and now the Stu as well. Obviously, I mean, no pack or anything like that to a vehicle would really mess him up, even just an M8 almost. Wow, big Stu round.
First shot takes out half a rifleman squad, 3 kills in 1 shot, at max range, I believe. Oh, these Rifleman squad on the right-hand side of the map almost got killed by the Vet3 Volks and the Sniper combined, but he does get out of there with one man left in the squad. Stickies are upgraded for a Lollypop now, but I'm not sure, you know, a well-microed Stu, especially with, you know, Vet3 infantry support, it's gonna be very hard to sticky something like that to death.
Yeah, it's, Stickies are really, I don't know, they feel like a bit of an oh shit button more than anything else.
Oh crap, I got no motor pool. I gotta do something. Get stickies. So, you know, if he gets a sticky in, at least he's gonna delay the stew, you know, it's gonna make it small, gonna make it slower, you know, damage engine most likely from a sticky crit. But, you know, apart from that, he's not gonna kill it outright with stickies unless it gets completely served by 3 Rifleman squads.
Well, the problem is, RunToTheSun's playing quite campy, really, just sticking around a fairly small area. The Stu doesn't really have to move very far in order to be able to cover virtually all of his capped territory. It's only, I mean, even now, with Vet3 Grens and fairly large early game advantage, RunToTheSun's still not really pushing out very much, just content to hold the territory that he does have.
Losing ground out there.
Mines are going off everywhere. We did have a minesweeper attempt on the mine between the church and the strong building outside of Lolly's cutoff, but he never swept it. He's like just 1/10 away from actually sweeping the mine, and he was forced to retreat after the sniper killed one of the pioneers. So he was forced off before he could actually sweep that mine itself. But he knows it's there at least, so he's not gonna, you know, run into it with his stew or something. We do have Rangers unlocked from Lollypop as well. I'm not sure if he's bought any yet.
Ooh, Stormtroopers are on the field. Vet3 Storms.
Oh god.
These guys are probably, I mean, I've often thought KCH, but actually I think Storms might actually be harder to kill than Vet3 Storms, harder to kill than Vet3 KCH, because Elite Armor, being what it is, tends to be a bit better than Heroic Armor in most instances. And yeah, Vet3 Storms, you can't kill them with Vet1, Vet0 rifles, you just can't. Yeah, they're just gonna best you, even with a grenade directly on their heads. It's
yeah.
Just, you know, that shit just doesn't fly. And if these guys get MP44s, you just like, you know, you're facing 4 MP44s on what is essentially an invulnerable squad.
Yeah, as you say, even grenades do very little damage to Vet3 Storms. It's pretty good. You know, how about you school me a little bit between the differences of, you know, heroic armor, you know, specifically KCH versus Storms, for example, with elite armor. You know, when they're both Vet3, you know, what's the differences? Do they have similar vulnerabilities to explosions and flames, for example, or is it completely different?
Both heroic armor and elite armor both suffer quite badly versus flamethrowers, that being their primary counter. Elite armor is better versus small arms, better versus bars and stuff like that, so in that respect it's better versus these rifles. But heroic armor does have the rather notable advantage of being able to pretty much absorb an artillery shell or a tank shell and not lose any men. You know, they can go down to 5% health and still have all their squad members.
Yeah, and it's also immune to the sniper, you know, one shot, one kill, critical strike.
Course, yeah,
you can't be killed by a sniper.
Exactly, which Stormtroopers can. That is their main vulnerability, is snipers and flamethrowers. And Vet3 KCH, they tend to, obviously flamethrowers as well, but also vetted bars will make a good mess of KCH as well. But no, Vet3 Storms are very tough, but they are extremely expensive, not only to buy but also to reinforce. They take an awfully long time to reinforce. And they also take up a heck of a lot of PopCap, which is often a bit of a deterrent for people to pick Blitz on this map, just because the PopCap is just such an issue anyway.
Yeah, it can really be an issue on a map like Semois. You really gotta consider that, you know, during the game you might get pop-capped around, you know, between 40 and 50 pop-cap. Oh, counter snipe on the allied sniper besides the church from Lollypop. Loses his sniper when he was taking pot shots at a suppressed Volt squad with a stolen bar that hit a mine. But RunToTheSun was on top of that engagement. He was just staying there. That was a pretty good sniper bait. You know, it was quite. It was kinda, you know, you could probably see it coming a little bit, but at the same time it's very hard to know where the active sniper is.
Lolly has just had his sniper on attack move and was busy microing out of stuff there.
Yeah, probably. He was planting mines with his rifles and stuff. So I
Another
think.
grenade going in here on the right-hand side. Nicely dodged by the Grens, but the Grens are very low health now.
Oh, but the stew lays in the hurt. Yeah, tip
yeah.
the
Goddamn stew.
yeah, tip the tide to your favor with a stew. That always works. And the stew is now vet 1 and it's repaired. Pios are trying to put up a bunker, which I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he would go for a medic bunker. You know, he could get vet 3 Grens or a repair bunker for his stew. Either one would be pretty good.
Oh, this Axis Sniper is in real trouble here. 22 kills, getting chased down. He's got virtually no health. He's going to have to retreat, but there's more bars there and another vet 2 squad there. Another vet 2 squad with both supply out upgrades out right now. I mean, Lolly is playing this really risky. I mean, you know, he's basically assuming that the stew is not going to base rush him purely out of fear for something worse about to come out. If only RunToTheSun knew that Lolly was relying on nothing but infantry, it would surely be game over by now.
Yeah, RunToTheSun doesn't even have to buy an additional stew would really rip up everything. Oh, nice bundle. It drops a bar. Could be picked up by these storms, or maybe it'll pick it up with the Grens. Let's see what he decides to do.
I'm interested actually. This usage of storms. He easily has the munitions. He's got 250 munitions in the bank right now. The Blitz player, but he's choosing not to get any upgrades for these storms. And I know that there's a school of thought that suggests, and I know that Sement, the senior strat specialist over on GR and on co2.org, he's a big fan of using his storms like this as well, which is not to give him any upgrades, but purely to use them as bundle nade sort of deployment systems.
Huh.
And he just cloaks around and just uses the bundle nades, just uses loads and loads and loads of bundle nades. And
surprise bundles can really fuck up anything. Infantry, you know, and support weapons just get demolished by bundle nades. We did have an off-map combat crew from Lollypop. That's what he's been waiting for. He hasn't built anything in his base. He just waited for the CPs enough to get off-map combat group unlocked. He bought it. He got 2 AT guns, a bar rifle, and a T-17. Jackpot. 2 AT guns. That stew is completely nullified right now, almost. I don't know what else he would need.
Is pretty handy actually when he's
harassment
not
wise.
the AT.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no AT. There's not even a single Shrek.
There is a Shrek on the bar, the Grens. I can see him standing there by the the tree. But he doesn't have the icon as they have a stolen bar. You think that's a good thing to do? You know, get Shreks on one of your Gren squad, which already has a heavy weapon icon. You know, from a stolen bar. For example.
Yeah, I think it's great
tricky.
because I mean I didn't notice it until you pointed it out to me. Yeah, at a glance, nobody's going to say, "Oh, there's a Shrek on there." It's only when he actually eats the Shrek to the face, he's going to be like, "Oh, he had a Shrek."
Oh wait, there was a Shrek. My bad. AT guns now opening up on the stew in the center of the map. It's gonna stop him from trying to killing the capping rifles on the middle VP. VP-wise, Lolly has been drained a little bit more than RunToTheSun, but it's fairly equal right now. 309 to 387. And stews don't like houses. They just blew out the back part.
I mean, what the fuck? If you look at the back of that house.
What house?
The wall is just totally gone. What the fuck? The best thing to do is if you base rush a Blitz player and his stew comes back into your base, you just play sort of ring around the rosies around a base building and you make him destroy his own HQ and stuff like that. It's hilarious.
Hide behind the buildings.
It's like, how do you like having your buildings destroyed in 3 shots? More nice nades here, dropped this time by a vanilla rifle. I wonder if this one came out of the OMCG.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have a tough time getting kills, but he's also not taking a whole lot of damage, surprisingly, from these barred up Grens, not Grend up bars, at point blank range here.
Grend up bars. Rifles running around with men on them. The T-17 is harassing the fuel OP outside of RunToTheSun's base.
Oh god, double Shrek
for a while.
On those storms.
Wow, he just decided to go for double Shrek somehow. I wonder why.
Yeah, I
Response
don't know.
to the T-17? That seems overkill.
Yeah, it does seem overkill, with a pack and a Shrek as well.
Yeah.
And the stew. The stew alone will practically kill a T-17 on its own.
Yeah.
So
T-17 won't penetrate, even a Puma.
Nice grenade on that rifle there, but these OMCG rifles are pretty much worthless to Lolly, so they can pretty much just be used for sacrificial fodder.
Yeah, they are pretty much fodder right now. They came into the game at 25 minutes or so.
Versus
0 kills versus vet 3 infantry. That's a problem.
This shit ain't gonna work. Those 2 AT guns were just what Lolly needed, because you do need 2 AT guns if you want to counter a stew. 1 AT gun, if a stew's already on the field and you build an AT gun, you're screwed. you just can't do that against a good player. You know, hit one stew will take on your one AT gun and win almost every time. But if you already have the AT gun out, then I would normally build another one. Just because the stew is so ridiculous, or at least versus AT guns, it's ridiculously effective.
Yeah, if it really gets a money shot on your AT gun crew, you know, one stew shot is all that's needed to decrew it. And when it is decrewed, and if the Axis player obviously follows up with the infantry or something, you're not gonna recrew it again after that. Especially not if the stew just hangs around and tries to attack, move, destroy it. You know, anything that's gonna try to recrew it is just gonna instantly die again.
The range on that thing is just insane. It just shot from where it is to practically all the way to the church.
Yeah.
Which has now actually been turned into an FHQ.
For Lolly? Oh yeah, I see. So you can use it as a forward reinforcement point. Probably maybe not a bad idea. The church is very durable. Takes a long time even for Stews to destroy it. And he's gone for a Stug now as well, RunToTheSun. I saw he had tier 3 up.
Why the Stug? I don't get
sure.
This huge investment in AT here by RunToTheSun.
Oh.
They're spending so much in terms of fuel and munitions and manpower for the pack just on purely AT. Just seems like overkill. I mean, what's the scariest thing that's going to come out of that OMCG that you can't kill with a single pack?
Yeah, I'm not
Nothing.
sure. You know, maybe he's extremely afraid of some, you know, that Lolly, he hadn't shown any AT guns before the OMCG. I hadn't shown any M8s or T-17s, you know, no signs of motor pool. Maybe he was expecting, like, that Lolly was just sitting back in his base with a tank depot creating a train of them 10s or something. You know, maybe he was just afraid.
Maybe. Oh, we do have a grenade on these Vet 3 Storms. Does get another kill. There, 2 kills for the vanilla rifles, but with 2 levels of supply out upgrades, I bet they're going to be hitting Vet 1 pretty soon.
Yeah, they just need like a Gren kill or something to tip them over to Vet 1 probably. With double supply art upgrade, it's going to be very quick against with the Vet 3 Veterancy Pinata Stormtroopers.
A scary prospect to say the least. However, Lolly applying good VP pressure now, and it just seems like, I mean, both sides are kind of amassing their armies in pretty good fashion, and the unit preservation from both sides has been generally pretty decent, so their armies have just been getting bigger and bigger. But it does seem like, you know, the kind of spam is kind of rolling in for Lolly. He just seems to have rifles everywhere.
Yeah, there are a lot of rifles on the field right now. I think he still has 4, maybe 5 now, even with the OMCG rifle. Yeah, he has 5 rifle squads, 2 at Vet 2 and 1 at Vet 1. Whoa, what just died? Something got off
Oh,
map?
it was in the top left-hand corner. There was an off-map used on what I believe was a Ren squad,
Okay.
which it pooned.
Which
in,
it gave into small body parts. Pieces
yes.
of legs and arms and torso everywhere.
Oh, we have the first use of a sticky up here on the top right on a Stug, which is duly sniping riflemen, as they do.
Oh, middle
higher
counter
rated
attack from a
one.
Nebelwerfer. And one of the AT guns surely going to decrew. There it is. The second AT gun almost got decrewed as well. He's going to be able to reinforce the crew on that, the AT gun that remains crewed from the forward HQ in the church. But at the same time, you know, his Vet 2 rifles are trying to dislodge the pack crew and such, but, you know, with the stew there in the backfield, just chilling out, destroying everything that comes remotely close to it. He's having a hard time with his rifles right now. He's taking a lot of casualties, you know, but manpower-wise, he's just floating for another OMCG, basically. So he could easily reinforce everything here, but he doesn't want to. He wants the OMCG.
And he's right to do so, especially, you know, with these vanilla rifles just come onto the field. What's the point in reinforcing them? You know, their DPS versus these guys is just going to be so low.
Yeah, all Lolly's doing is actually reinforcing his vetted
5
rifle
rifles,
squads.
1 shot.
That's stupid for you, I guess.
And now, actually, RunToTheSun doing the good thing, taking out the AT guns here.
Yep, vanilla rifle goes down to the combination of Vet 3 Grens and Bolts. While Stormers are trying to attack, move, destroy the carcass of the AT gun. There's an off-map attempt on the center graveyard there, but I'm not sure if those Storms...
For the potential for a good shot, but the Storms do
Grenadiers.
actually dodge it.
Some Grenadiers do go down.
AT gun is almost down here to the Vet 3 Storms.
Ooh, a bundle here would be juicy. He needs a bundle,
yeah,
come on! He's not gonna go for it.
He didn't actually have the munitions for it.
Ah, okay, that's a problem then, I guess. But the other AT gun, which he was trying to destroy permanently with the attack move, actually never ended up getting destroyed. And his Storms goes down to a nuclear pineapple, earning the Vet 3 to one of the rifleman squads. Oh god, that was not good. And he dropped the Shrek.
He dropped the Shrek. He gave it to the Vet 1 rifle, and I wonder if he meant to do that or whether he meant to give it to the Vet 3 rifle. But maybe, you know, if you give a Vet 1 rifle a Shrek, he will become Vet 3 fairly shortly.
Yeah, killing
Guaranteed
something.
That.
Killing a vehicle, a stew or a
Yeah, if
stug.
he kills a Stu, he's going to be Vet 2 almost instantly, and that's scary enough. He's going to need that Shrek, though, with both AT guns gone down. 31 kills on the Stu.
Both the T-guns have indeed gone down. OMCG is on the field again. He got a Hellcat. Let's see what else he got. He got
no,
a mortar
the
and
Shrek'd
2
up
rifles.
rifle is in danger of going down here. The pack is facing the wrong way as the Hellcat comes in. Destroyed engine on the Stu. But there's a Stug and a pack backing him up.
That is Stug's gonna pose a problem. He might get the stew here, however, if he gets a nice frontal penetration. Oh no, out of control, he doesn't get a shot off! He does not get the shot off before he crashes into the stew.
Damaged engine T-17, he wants to join the party.
Wow, hectic battle here in the center. It's been going on for almost a full minute now. Lolly just keeps on coming. With OMCG, he can just keep flooding the field full of infantry now. He got 2 barred rifles and a mortar and that Hellcat from the off-mat combat group. So he's just gonna push, push, and push until he breaks the defensive wall of RunToTheSun.
Another Vet 2 rifle there from Lolly.
More Vet 3 Storms purchased by RunToTheSun. Completely vanilla this time, but he's completely outgunned against 3 rifleman squads. It's a bit much. Oh, nice bundle, but a nice retreat from Lolly as well.
It's one of those weird situations where one player really has all the counters that he needs in order to just out-tech the opponent. The opponent just has too much for him to kill.
Yeah, there's just too many rifles right now. The OMCG gave him 2 more rifles, which he's gonna, even losing 1, he still has 6 rifles now. 1 is Vet 3 and 1 is Vet 2. A stolen pack now in his arsenal as well, with the forward HQ of the church. It's gonna be extremely hard for RunToTheSun to break this. And he, losing the stew, which was his main damage dealer, really. I'm not sure what he's gonna do now. I'm not sure what
he
can do.
Stolen, but he probably should have just run away with it. He's actually staying to try and
polish
do a
up the
head-on
Stug,
fight with Stug. I just don't think he's going to be able to penetrate. Having said that, he does penetrate with that shot, but now he's going to get decrewed. Probably going to get it stolen back. The mortar gets taken out by the Neville. I'm liking the Neville usage on this middle graveyard, which has now been reduced to rubble, really.
It's just all craters and scorched earth right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. We haven't seen a game that is focused so much just around this, like, one screen. Normally, Semwar battles tend to focus, they gradually tend to gravitate up towards the north a little bit more, but here, it's all been about the middle.
It's really been all about fighting over the middle VP and around the church and the graveyard, or the former graveyard, we should say, probably, because there's not much left of it.
Yeah, you would have thought like the zombies would have risen by now. Like, you've disturbed my grave.
Where are all the World War II military zombies when you need them? I think something that's RunToTheSun could really use would be more, Gwen zombies. That would really help.
That's true.
Because right now he's fairly outgunned. His poor Vet 3 Gwens, which are very strong and very durable, but they're just outgunned against 3 squads against 1. It's not really fair right now, Lolly. It's not really fair to have a username that tells your opponent, please don't shoot at me.
And all that munitions that RunToTheSun had, about 20 minutes ago is now gone. He spent it all. Those double Shreks were whatever they cost.
Pricey.
150 munitions or so. And now, look at the VP. He's down to less than 100 now for RunToTheSun, and it just doesn't look like he's going to be able to come back from it. Manpower Blitz is a really good way to counter the effects of OMCG, but he doesn't have the munitions for it.
Yeah, that is a problem. He's lost most of the map control. He doesn't have the munitions on the top of the map in the northern corner. He even has an immobilized Stug now as well. It's just keep getting stickied over and over again, even though Lolly doesn't have any AT guns since both of them got destroyed, and even the pack gun got destroyed, so he can't steal that either. But he's just sticking everything to death.
And RunToTheSun, he's just not microing away like he needs to. I mean, that stew probably died a little bit needlessly. If you're losing that many vehicles to stews, you're doing something wrong at least. There's just bars everywhere, and just tank wreckages everywhere.
Tanks,
wreckages. 2 rifle with a Shrek, they get the accuracy bonus. They're going to be hitting from, max range.
Oh,
look at that!
nice.
Look at that! Since when do Grens hit from max range like that?
Super max range for that Shrek on that rifleman squad. Hits the Stug frontal armor spot on. Oh, he barely missed that.
Yeah, just about.
Just about missed.
And
there's
RunToTheSun
Towel.
throws in the towel. GG, well played.
Yeah, there's just nothing he can do. He's just, Lolly's just flooding the field now with not just, you know, rifles per se. He's flooding the field with vetted rifles with heavy equipment, you know, a Shrek.
Yeah,
it's a big problem. I'm not sure he can do much. And RunToTheSun has been losing, you know, complete infantry squads here and there, while Lolly has only really lost rifleman squads that were unvetted and really for no use to him, except, you know, since they came in from the OMCG.
It was such an infantry game. We haven't seen a game like that.
I really think Lolly gambled, you know.
He really did. I mean,
that was a gamble.
RunToTheSun could have just said, okay, Stu into his base. He's gone bars and nades and supply yard and WSC. Boom, 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 boom. Base goes down in 5 seconds. But
yeah.
As it is, he didn't. And one of those rare games on Simwa where actually the bases remain pretty much untouched. It's rare that you finish a game where the bases are so pristine, yet the middle of the field, like if you just look a little bit to the north, it's fine. It's like when we started, and just a little bit to the south, it's just, you know, a few mines have gone off, but then in the middle it's just like carnage.
He was very, very focused on the middle graveyard of Semwa, and I fairly enjoy these battles. They're really cool, and I think Lolly did a great job. He did gamble a lot. Of, you know, a massive gamble from Lolly's side, going, you know, both bars and nades on his rifles before they were even, you know, they didn't really have any vet whatsoever, and RunToTheSun was doing good. You know, he was very strong in the middle, and then after a while, Lolly just flooded the field with infantry. That's basically what happened. Yeah. So thanks guys for watching, and I'd also like to thank everybody that tuned in last Saturday for the live cast, the Reddit finals, and yeah, and we'll see you guys for next episode.
See you guys next time.